Welcome to Ordinary Effort, where a bunch of random fans get some random baseball players and try not to biff the grid. I'm Mike here with my buddy Josh. We're looking at Immaculate Grid 210. And Josh, as of this recording right now, we are right in the middle of the 2025 World Series. This was not planned. We are
Yeah.
both wearing Canadian teams
Yeah.
baseball hats. I just like
We're
my Blue Jays hat.
representing Vlad. I mean,
Oh
unintentionally.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Vlad Senior, Vlad Junior.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good World Series. Like
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Blue Jays. I got this hat because my parents visited Canada, and I was like, listen, if you come across an Expos hat, grab me one.
Yeah.
And they snagged it. But
I love
yeah,
that
I'm
Expos hat,
excited.
by the
Oh,
way.
it's the
That's such
best.
a
Yeah.
yeah, classic.
I'm excited about the World Series. I mean, I think the Jays have a legit shot. I know it's like being billed as very like David and Goliath, but they're an incredible hitting team. And it seems like when they win really big. Like they really put up a crooked number against teams. So I
Yeah,
think it'll go, my personal opinion, I think it'll go six or seven games, but I think they could do it. The Jays could do it.
I could see it. I was watching the post game after game one, and Jeter was just putting over the Blue Jays for like just being a relentless offensive team. And then
Yeah.
they also said on that broadcast, they're like, "Oh yeah, there's no way Yamamoto is going to go full 9 innings
Oh,
in game
yeah.
two," and he
And then he
did, didn't
did.
he? Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
what do we know?
Yeah, and that's
Uh,
wild too, but alas, we don't have the Blue Jays on this grid, but it's a good
no,
one.
it is a good one. And we talked a little bit about this before we hit record here. We haven't done a saves grid in a while, which is
Yeah.
kind of why we gravitated towards this one. Um,
Yeah, I mean, when we had Adam from Baseball Reference on, he said it's one of the hardest categories in terms of like how people do with it, and it's probably why we avoid it. It's
that's
tricky. Like I'm looking at this grid and I'm like, yeah, sure, I know guys for each box. They're not going to be your hidden gems per se, but at any rate, we've got grid 210. We've got Giants, Yankees, Twins, and then going across Mariners, Dodgers, and that 30 plus save season category. This will be a good one because I'm hopeful that you all watching, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, will drop some of the guys we should have put for the save category. Not saying we won't have some guys, but I'm interested to hear. So
yeah. Where do you want to start?
it's a good question. Maybe we should knock out one of the save ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start with the Twins? And I asked this because I think the way we answer this box will impact a
Okay.
couple of the
Good
other
call. Yeah.
boxes, specifically the Twins Mariners box, because there's a closer who fits the Twins Mariners box and also it fits 30 saves.
Okay.
Do you know who I'm talking about? He's like
I don't know that
maybe
yeah, go for it. Say,
okay.
yeah, who are you
Do you
thinking
remember
about?
do you remember Eddie Guardado?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I believe he pitched for
Yeah.
both. I don't know if he had 30 with the Mariners, but I'm pretty sure he had more than one 30 save season with the Twins. The other
Yeah.
guy who comes to mind here is Joe Nathan.
Joe
Um,
Nathan for sure. The other name I was thinking about was a guy Adam dropped, but I think for a different category. But Jeff Reardon has
oh,
30
for the
saves
Twins?
for the Twins. He did.
Interesting.
But I mean, I think Nathan is probably the highest for
Yeah,
sure on this
I would
box.
agree.
So if we can avoid him, I like the Gordado shot. Because
Yeah.
we've talked about Reardon, we have definitely not. I like that one.
Okay.
But if you
So,
think, yeah, I mean,
well,
yeah,
okay. So let's just kind of take a peek at the ahead here
yeah,
because
true,
we could use Guardado for Twins and Mariners.
true,
There's
yeah.
also a guy that fits Twins Mariners that fits Mariners Giants.
Oh,
And I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but Denard Span played for all three of those teams.
oh,
Um, and if we, depending on how we want to play this, I like Reardon because I forgot or didn't
yeah,
know. I didn't know, and then now that you mentioned that Adam brought it up, I forgot about Reardon being the
yeah.
Twins closer. But if you're sure, maybe we go Reardon there, and that gives us some flexibility in the other boxes.
He's also a former Expo too, so it's
Oh,
fitting with the
okay.
hat.
Then, yeah, well, now I'm
So
sold.
I mean,
Jeff Reardon. Oh wow, 12%.
yeah, I figured
Okay.
that might have. I mean, these closer boxes. I mean, I'll be curious after how many Twins
Mm,
actually hit that threshold. Like, how many possible answers are there? But
yeah. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
all right. Well, do we want to maybe do we want to go to Twins Mariners now that we've talked about it? Um,
Yeah, so we could okay. Guardado is in play since we didn't use him for the
yeah.
saves. There's Denard Span. R.A. Dickey also works here.
Okay,
He pitched for
nice.
both.
Um,
Um,
we've talked about him before, but it's been a while since we've thrown him. But Mike Morgan fits here, though. I think
ooh,
that Seattle was one of his more like notable teams. He also fits the Twins Dodgers box.
okay.
Um, we're almost like going to throw all relievers here unintentionally, but
Yeah, that's true.
let's. I
Yeah,
mean, I think Guardado is pretty good because also some people may put him in the save
definitely would have
category,
put him. Yeah,
and that might make his rarity a little more appealing here.
I think
Um,
so. And we haven't really
yeah,
talked about him before.
we have
So I
not.
think,
Yeah,
yeah, the fact that he'll eat into his own rarity score.
yeah,
Let's do
yeah.
it. Eddie Guardado, 6%. Okay, this is
Okay,
not going
all
to be
right.
a rarefied air grid already. We're
Yeah, it's
past that
fine. We can
threshold.
maybe Maddox this if we
Yeah.
try.
Oh yeah.
Let's uh let's do one of the Yankees ones.
Okay.
There's yeah, what were you thinking?
So okay, there's a guy who actually works for Yankees Mariners, but this guy played for the Yankees and Dodgers in the same season. Actually, this was 2024. Brief stints with both teams. You remember Taylor Trammell?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He actually got a World Series ring for the Dodgers when they won.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think he would have won a World Series ring for either team
So
last
he was just
year.
guaranteed either way.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know he came up with the Mariners. I want to say he was a
Mm,
Reds prospect. I forget who he got traded over to the Mariners for. It might have been one of like the Jesse Winker trades or Eugenio Suarez trades.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't think he actually. That doesn't matter. The Reds aren't on this grid. But he fits the Yankees Dodgers box.
Yankees, Dodgers. You've also got a couple relievers: Caleb Ferguson, Victor
Hmm.
Gonzalez,
That's true.
and then you've got Bubba Crosby, outfielder, who played for the Yankees and Dodgers. That's his two only teams.
Okay. I feel like
Let's
we've
see.
thrown a
Yeah,
lot of those names before
we
too.
might
Like
have. Yeah, I don't know that we've put Trammell on a box.
I don't think we have.
So I like that one. Have we mentioned probably early on we did Mariano Duncan also fits. We
Yeah, I
might
know
have
his name
mentioned
is.
him before though.
I think Brandon
But I
McCarthy
like
fits here too,
oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Lance Lynn probably.
Yeah,
Uh,
if he pitched for the Dodgers then
he did.
yeah. I like the
I think.
Trammell shout. I mean,
Yeah,
we haven't used him, so I really like using someone we haven't used.
yeah. Let's do it. Ooh,
Okay, nice.
0.03% hidden
Nice.
gem, and that's probably we should acknowledge that that is a little bit of a hack because timing wise, I
Possibly.
think this came out before any of that would have happened. But
It's possible, yeah.
we'll take it.
That's fine.
Um,
Nice. We're making a nice little like X. I don't know, symmetrically. I kind of want to go like one
yeah,
of those
I
bottom left
think
or bottom right. Like it helps my brain a little bit if we want to do like Mariners Giants. You mentioned Denard Span.
yeah,
So
and
that's
so
definitely an option.
Span had the most time with the Twins. He had less
Okay.
time with both the Giants and the Mariners. I don't think he's going to be like super rare because I think he was a. I don't want to say like a terribly popular Giant necessarily, but I think he was still pretty good when he was on the
Mm,
Giants. I think that might have been right after. I don't remember the order in which he, played. I want to say he started with the Twins, and I can't remember where he went
yeah.
after that. But I think of him as a Twin and a Giant. So I still think
Yeah.
he'll be probably single digits here if we wanted to throw him. I'm trying to think of like other names too to as possibilities. I mean, do
I
you
don't
have
know
any? Has
why
anybody come?
my brain is like striking out here. I mean, because like I keep wanting to say Robbie Ray, but that's just I think
Mm,
extremely obvious here.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you know who fits here? Who's another reliever, but it's a matter of if we want to use him here is Goose Gossage,
Oh,
who also works for Yankees 30 saves.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
he didn't get. He's a Hall of Famer, so I
Right.
don't think he got 30 saves in a season for the Giants. I could be wrong there, but he pitched for the Giants and he pitched very briefly for the Mariners. So
Okay.
he works Yankees, Mariners, Mariners, Giants, and Yankees 30 save seasons. We may want to save him, but he does work here.
So what would you want to save him for? Because if it's the Giants 30 saves, I have another guy that we
Well, I'm
could
just
throw there
wondering if
instead.
we don't want to use like Mariano Rivera for Yankees 30 saves.
No.
So
But you said you
not
weren't
to
sure.
jump
Oh,
to
you
that
said he
box.
does work
Yeah,
for, yeah.
he works for Yankees 30 saves. I don't think he'll be rare. But I'm struggling to think if we don't use like Wetland or
Yeah.
Mariano, who we use there.
Robertson?
Yeah, he might have gotten 30 saves for the Yankees. You're right.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think yeah, I mean I think Gossage will be rarer in that Mariners Giants box. It's just a matter of who we use instead for 30
Yeah.
saves. I like the Robertson shout if he got it.
I think
Um
he
He
probably
probably
did.
did.
Right?
He had a couple good years for them.
Because
That could be a yeah, that could
he
be
was
a
the
play is go
successor to
Gossage
Rivera.
bottom left. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We could
Yeah.
use Goose bottom left again, thinking that some people will use him in another box.
He's
Um,
probably the same kind of thing with Guardado. He probably eats his own rarity score in that Yankees
yeah,
column.
I think
So,
so. We can give it a go. Yeah.
all right, yeah, Goose Gossage, 1%. Okay.
Okay. All right. Not bad.
All right.
I think we should probably go Yankees 30 saves and I mean, we talked
But the
about the
X,
obvious ones. I
X,
know.
the
Yeah,
visual.
you're right. You're right. Aesthetically, it's yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we could do Yankees 30
Because we're not
saves.
going to use Mariano, John Wetland. I mean, I'm sure I'm forgetting some people. Gossage would have been a shout, but I like the David Robertson. Unless there's someone else you think we're leaving out.
I mean, I'm trying to think like who has everybody complained about over the last few years, and have any of
Clay
and
Holmes
did Holmes
might
reach
have.
30?
Good question. I mean, he made an All Star team, but once it was just like a Manfred appointment for the
Oh,
All-Star game.
well, didn't he like wasn't he kind of the tale of two halves a lot of the times where
Yeah.
like first half he was super strong and then he fell off one season with the Yankees, then he got hurt. I might be misremembering this, but I feel like
No, I think you're right. I'm just trying to think who else bridged after Robertson. Like Dellin was mostly a setup man.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know if like later in his career, I'm going back a different era, but like Rigetti would have saved or but I don't
Ooh,
know well enough to know if he had 30 saves.
yeah.
Um, I'm sure there's someone we're missing, but I don't hate the David Robertson shout there. I don't think we're gonna go super rare on this save column.
No,
Uh,
probably not. My
yeah,
my only question is, do you think Wetland would be more or less rare,
I
just because
remember
of like
Wetland just
recency?
because he was like who Mariano stepped in for, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of I think it could be
I mean,
similar rarity. I
we're
think.
bookending Rivera's career basically with both of these
Yeah, I
guys,
mean,
so it's just a matter of recent
yeah.
or older.
I have a feeling Robertson will be a little bit rarer than Wetland, but I think they're both going to
Okay,
be in that
yeah,
10% range, maybe. I could be wrong.
let's do it. David Robertson, 4%.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, nice.
better than
That's pretty
expected.
good for that box. Yeah, nice. I wonder if
Yeah,
like 90% of people put Mariano, but
I'm sure a
um
very high percentage is Mariano Rivera.
yeah.
Um,
All right. Where do you want to go next?
do you want to finish out the saves column, or do you want to
Yeah,
finish out the Yankees row?
maybe let's do the save column.
Okay,
Giants 30 save season. You mentioned you had a
I
guy.
do, and this is another like fantasy callback from I don't even remember how many years ago this was. This might have been like 2019. Um, Jake McGee had a random
Oh,
30 plus save season for the Giants. And I remember this specifically, one, because I had him that year. I was like throwing darts for closers like middle of the draft that year. I was like, oh, Jake McGee might be the closer. And then he just panned out. And then I
wow.
traded him in the offseason for like a pick. And I was very
Yeah.
happy with it because he fell off after that
What
season.
year would that have been? Like what roughly?
maybe like 2018, 2019, maybe
Yeah.
20. It might have been 2021. I don't even. Time's an illusion at this
That's
point. So like,
yeah. I
it's
think that's better than whatever I could come up with. I mean, Doval comes to mind, and then also like Rod Beck. But
Beck. We should give a shout out to Mark Melanson,
oh, Melanson, of
who
course, who
I don't know
hasn't
if he had.
sponsored the show yet, but I
No,
mean, I hope he will.
still waiting to get him on.
Some
But
point, yeah.
I think he would have had 30 with the Diamondbacks and
Yeah,
like Diamondbacks Pirates is always his highest rarity.
yeah.
And I think he was still pretty good with the Giants. I just don't remember for sure. Either way, even if he did it, I think McGee's going to be
McGee
more
is
rare because it was a
definitely a
one-off.
great one.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people are thinking about him for this box, so I'm
All
definitely
right.
good with that.
Jake McGee, 0.7%
Nice.
hidden
Okay.
gem. All right.
Nice. All right. We got that out of the way, so we can finish this up. Why don't we do Twins Dodgers?
Okay.
We mentioned earlier Mike Morgan fits here, so he is definitely an option.
First
Go
guy that
ahead.
comes to mind, and this is a recency thing because he was part of one of those big trades, is Brewster Gratterall.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Nice.
think he's going to be a gem, but I think
Yeah.
he's been hurt a lot and like a lot. He's really had a lot of
Yeah.
injury issues, which is a bummer for him. But he definitely works for both here. Um,
That's a good one. I'm trying to think who else pitching wise would have pitched for both teams.
I'm also trying to come up with like new names. This is not a new name. We've thrown this guy once before and we've mentioned him maybe a couple times, but Jim Eisenreich, towards the end of his career, I
Oh,
think he might have ended his career with the Dodgers. I want to say in like the late 90s. It was around like the time Adrian Beltre was starting out. I remember,
okay.
I don't know if I was reading or listening to something about it where it was like, oh yeah, at the beginning of his career, Beltre came up with the Dodgers and he was on a team with like Bobby Bonilla, Jim Eisenreich,
Mm,
and a bunch of other like older veterans from who are like more known for like their career in the 80s and 90s. So I think
yeah.
Eisenreich does fit here.
Yeah, that's not a bad one too. We've maybe mentioned him with like maybe the Two Strike Noise guys episode, I think, but I don't. We probably put him on the grid, but I don't mind doing Eisenreich here. I think he's an older name than Gratterall, obviously, so
Yeah.
that might help us. And we've used Morgan before, and I think in this particular box he may be like 2 or 3%, if not more.
Okay.
I can't think of anyone else at the. I mean, there's obviously probably like hundreds of players who work here, but I'm fine with Eisenreich. Definitely don't mind throwing him.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do Jim Eisenreich. If I could spell it correctly.
There
There
it
we go.
is.
Jim Eisenreich. 0.2% hidden gem.
Okay,
All right.
nice. All
So
right, we do have a chance at a triple play
triple
here.
play is in play. Now, which box is going to give us the best shot? I've got
Yeah, I mean, Yankees,
oof.
Mariners, in theory, should have a ton of names.
I always think of Jeff Nelson when that
Yeah,
box
Jeff
comes up.
Nelson works here.
I mean,
One
obviously
just to
Cano.
say, yeah, Cano. Just to say, really tragically, like, and condolences to the family. But Jesus Montero, I don't know if you saw recently, passed
Oh,
really tragically.
yeah.
In a
Yeah,
really
that
bad motorcycle accident. He's one of those guys coming up for the Yankees, I think. Just thought was going to be like a catcher for us for a while, and then he got dealt to Seattle. But yeah, just really sad.
yeah, that
So
was awful.
yeah, so Montero's a play here for sure.
I mean, so he was part of was he part of the Justice Sheffield
Yeah,
Michael Pineda trade?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
You also have James Paxton works here.
yeah, that's right.
Um,
I feel like I just talked about this box with a friend. It might have come up on another grid recently. I'm trying to think. Olerud works.
oh yeah, that's right. Tino
Um,
Martinez.
Tino, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, there's got to be other ones. Jay Buhner.
Jay Bruce
Um,
works here.
Jay Bruce does work here. You're right. Um, yeah.
Bruce has the connection to Cano because the Mets traded Bruce in that Edwin Diaz trade where they took back Diaz and Cano, and it was like Bruce,
Okay.
Anthony, Swarzak, and I want to say maybe one or two pitching prospects. Um,
Trying to think of some of the pitchers that the Yankees had in like the 2000s and trying to remember if any of them like had a stint like Jaime Garcia or um, Javier Vasquez or I don't know if those guys played for the Mariners per se.
Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
Blow up the rarity
Uh,
score even
oh
further.
yeah, beautiful.
Uh, I
There's
think it's
got to be more obscure names for sure. But
Richie Sexton.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Trammell would have
Oh,
been a good one here too.
we might have had this box now that I'm thinking about it because I think we threw him. But Mike Ford, remember him, the first baseman for the Yankees?
Yeah,
He followed after like Greg Bird,
yeah.
and
Who do
Mike
we?
Ford. We might have thrown that with Adam actually.
Okay, yeah, I know we've talked about him
Yeah.
before.
And
Um,
Nestor
oh, that's right,
Cortez, though
Nestor.
we went over to Seattle as like a Rule 5 guy, and
That's
did not
true.
stick with the team. So we've named a whole slew of guys there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you leaning any way, or you want to narrow it down, or um,
Um, I mean, there's a part of me that wants to throw Montero as like a little tribute pick.
yeah.
Um,
I was
I
thinking that as well. Honestly, like it's not like our rarity is like
no,
and yeah, I don't really don't mind throwing Montero here to give a nod to like a life gone too short,
yeah,
and a guy who I think a lot of people were excited in about the potential he could have had as a baseball player too. And so, um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely good with Jesus Montero here.
Jesus Montero, 2%.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Dodgers, Giants, rivals. Who's played for both sides of that rivalry?
So one I tend to gravitate to here, and I'm not saying this is the pick, but Jason Schmidt
Oh
pitched
yeah.
for both.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah,
and he
that's a good
usually
one.
he's not. I don't think he's going to be a gem, but I think he'll be like a respectably low single digits, maybe like
Hmm.
2-3%. Um,
Yeah.
as an option there, but
Oh,
we could throw other names.
I'm blanking a little. I feel like West Coast. Honestly, I never stay up late enough to watch West Coast games, so I feel like, and especially them being NL teams, growing up watching a lot of AL games, I'm like it's a blind
Yeah.
spot for me a little bit.
So Michael Conforto works here, and I
Oh,
think his time with the Dodgers would predate this grid. So that
yeah, it
might be
would.
a
It
little bit of
would.
a little bit of a loophole rarity wise.
Yeah,
Um
yeah, you are right.
trying to think of like trying to like I keep trying to like roll back into the memory bank of like mid to late 90s guys, early
Yeah,
2000s guys. I'm
I
not doing a
know. Me
very good job
too.
of it, but like
I'm
that's where
trying
I
to think
want to
if they've
go.
traded much before, but I don't know that I can think of anyone. I don't know why I always think of Livan Hernandez, but I don't think he works here.
Yeah, that I'm
I
not
might be
sure.
thinking of someone else. Hmm. I don't
Trying to
mind
think of
Jason Schmidt, but we can keep thinking for a second and see if there's someone else that comes to mind. Um,
just trying.
Conforto.
I think Daryl Strawberry would
Oh,
fit here, right? I think
that's
he
a
played
good one.
for the Giants.
I'm trying to remember. I listened to an episode of 1988 Tops, and I was surprised to learn how many teams Fernando Valenzuela played for after the Dodgers. And I don't know if Giants was one of them. I know
Hmm.
Angels was, I believe. So I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know if you know anything about that. But I'm trying to remember who else he played for.
either way, I think
It's probably not gonna be that rare if,
first and foremost, everybody probably thinks Dodgers for
yeah,
Valenzuela,
yeah,
so I'd probably think I'd probably avoid that one.
yeah, you're right. Um,
We haven't
I
talked about
like yeah.
Conforto at all.
Yeah, I don't mind Conforto here. I know it'll be a little artificially low because of the grid
Yeah.
release date, but,
I mean,
yeah,
at
I
this
think we
point,
haven't thrown Conforto on a grid yet, I don't think,
I don't
so
think we've even talked about him really, to be
yeah.
honest with you. And at
Yeah,
this point, we stopped kinda keeping our stats a while ago because it just
we're
became
good, I
cumbersome, so
think, we're
I'm good
good.
with throwing some new names.
Mets legend,
Mets
um,
legend. I did like Conforto on the Mets. Michael
yeah,
Conforto, 0.1% hidden gem, and again, we said we kind of figured that might be the case because predates
okay,
his time with the Dodgers.
nice.
27 overall, which is, Maddox, which is pretty
It
good for a
is.
30 saves,
Yeah,
category grid.
I'll
We did
take
pretty
it.
well in that column.
Hey, Conforto was a hidden gem too, so we'll give him the
Yeah, yeah.
badge.
Well, again, that was a little bit of a loophole. Yeah, give him
Sure,
the
sure, sure, yeah.
badge.
Um,
Um,
yeah, not a bad grid. I really thought this would be a lot higher. I felt fairly confident we would go 9 out of 9, but, with the 30 save season, I think the Robinson and McGee shot you had were really clutch. I mean, if you go to the summaries really quick, like how many possible
that's
guys
a good
were,
question.
in those, like, options?
So 11 Yankees and 10
Oh,
Giants.
wow.
That's not that
So it
much.
really wasn't a lot.
No.
It's what makes these categories so hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I mean, hey, not bad though, 27, I'll definitely take
27.
that.
We
Like you
got
said, a Maddox,
Maddox. We got 4 hidden gems.
nice.
Yeah. Very respectable grid.
It's not bad. Uh,
And I don't know how we've gone this long without shouting out the Discord and all the socials. We should probably
yeah.
do that now. If, if you've made
Yeah.
it this far into the episode.
Yeah, join the Discord. If you don't even know what that means, we were there too. It's basically just a really awesome community where you can talk baseball, you can play grid together. Right now we're in the playoffs for a grid league. My team is out. Mike's team was the number 2 seed, so you guys are fighting. But honestly, it's a great spot to meet new people who love the grid, and it's not an overwhelming technology, so give it a go. The link is in the description, or DM us on Instagram, and we'll help you get in there. But
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. And if you haven't found us on Instagram, we're at Ordinary Effort there and on Blue Sky. If you're listening to this, we're on YouTube. If we could get a couple more subscribers, that would be amazing. The long form videos I know are a little bit more of a commitment, but they're hopefully entertaining. I mean, you've listened to this point in the episode anyway. So, and
yeah,
if you're watching, check us out on the podcast platforms while you're driving or whatever it is that you're doing that would make it unsafe for you to watch.
for sure. We'll do it again. We'll just keep doing these grids and try to be a little less ordinary every time, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean, or just keep it
or
going because
more.
we're really good at staying ordinary. We highly recommend it. Stay ordinary.
Yeah, stay ordinary. Thanks for watching.